Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself, spiritual awakening for divine in the flesh. Now with replays on IGTV at dakini.kiss, where together we learn how to surf and navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience, composing a new earth beyond the limitations of this perception managed reality matrix of five senses, having discovered our true divine creative natures in our true sensual sensorial universe of seven senses, creating formless into form outside of the matrix. Before we get started, please do give this video a thumbs up. Please also hit the subscribe button, selecting the all settings so that when I upload videos, YouTube will let you know. I generally upload Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern. My name is Mario West, and I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest selves, your bestest and brightest light, and inviting you all to open your hearts wider and wider and wider still. Hello, my love bugs, my honey bunnies, my special babies. I'm feeling a little overly feisty, so bear with me. I just reposted my interview with Nathan Crabtree of Hot Vegan Anarchist that was unceremoniously taken down off the channel. For why? Don't ask me. So bear with me, and welcome to episode 161, part 13. I think it's 13B. Maybe it's 13C at this point. I have no idea anymore. Of our 13-part series on the 4 levels and lessons of relationships from unconscious to conscious, in and out of the matrix. And in today's video, I share my personal processes of choosing the next step, which is to incarnate on purpose, knowing the duality and the potential shit shows of life in and out of the matrix. So my questions to those of us laying claim to the heart-based new humanity as we all awaken. True ascension begins with the descending from the Most High and incarnating into our body minds with Gaia, our planet, as life itself on purpose. So now what? What does that even mean? What are our next steps as we pioneer and blaze a new path unknown in this new paradigm of relationship outside of the matrix in the true quantum field creation field universe? What must we do, and how must we be to conduct more light, to live life fully as we embrace the shadows and quell all the suffering, opening to enjoy and embody more love as divine in the flesh? So ascending, descending, incarnating on purpose, and embodiment. This is the heart-based new humanity. This is 4th level heart-based relationships. Now, on my channel, Love, Truth, and Beauty, yes, you are here, I've presented the results of my direct experiences of over 6 decades of living, navigating the ups and downs of life, love, and personalized truth against the backdrop of all the pre-programmed conditioning that was activated the very moment I was conceived. And all of this meant to thwart my full embodiment of my true divine self. Okay, now my suffering was not for naught, as I am blessed with a fiery will and a playful divine love agent provocateur, hell-bent on loving up the most wicked of tyrants, which is the dark self within, the dark one within. Okay, I learned early on that feeling fear, anger, and rage and frustration woke me up into action rather than immobilizing me. So I made friends with betrayal, isolation, change, loss, and the slapping sting of humbling, impersonal, objective truth. I've suffered the worst of humanity, the worst of women, and the feminine and the worst of men and the masculine. I spent over 20 years in a state of post-traumatic stress, trying to make sense of the dark nature of our collective human enslavement and divisiveness, also known as our human suffering. I did not want to accept any of our collective darkness, yet I was not allowed to indulge in denial or go back to sleep. Though there have been many, many, many times where I would have chosen perpetual slumber to slugging it out in the world and on planet Earth, waking myself up again and again and again and learning to waltz in and out of the matrix and dissolve my reactivity into awakened presence. Instead, I learned to stay in my open heart and play with the medicine of the elements. Earth with its minor and not so minor earthquakes, air and its chaotic, crazy, breathtaking, and dizzying whirlwinds, fire with its raging infernos of overwhelming, heated passions and clearing devastations, and water with its ability to drown me in the intensity and clearing devastations of emotional reactivity, or wash me clean or drown me. Each element divine to team up and co-create purposefully, yet immobilizing quicksand, emotional sandstorms, landslides, avalanches, firestorms, tidal waves, and tsunamis, all designed to get my attention and help me to wake myself up and let go and compost all that bullshit I reacted to, thus alchemizing my darkness into nutritious, fertile soil for more brilliant love to evolve and grow. My decision to fully incarnate in this body, and you will all come to this point, and in this life, in your life, knowing intense suffering was an integral part of the totality of human experience. All right, this awakening process, it didn't greet me with any celebration. There weren't any angels singing or trumpets blaring, no double high fives, no one affirming or congratulating me. There was no drama or any pain, oddly enough. That decision came to me on a blistering hot, I remember it well, humid summer day in Houston, Texas, all alone, sitting in a car in a shopping mall parking lot, listening to the loud and comedic call and response chatter of hundreds of tiny birds in a tree by the car, shitting all over the car, by the way. Splat, splat, splat. Their incessant tweeting and singing banter made me smile and laugh out loud and delight in my life, which at that very moment was utterly perfect, even though my life circumstances were incredibly daunting, chaotic, and shoving me unprepared into the wild unknown. I'm a regular person, y'all. Okay, I am no one famous or infamous. I've no special bloodline coursing through my body or any famous family name. I am not any more special than anyone else. But like everyone else, my gifts are unique. And I want so much for all of us to thrive in expressing and sharing these extraordinarily unique gifts. My heart has been broken wide open from the suffering that I have experienced, caused, and witnessed, and from the loving and lack of loving I've done. To this day, I witnessed so much divisiveness. That's right, 6 decades worth, y'all, okay? You can't pay attention to the shit shows out in the matrix, out in the center screen, what you see on the boob tube, what you see, and you can't trip out about it. That makes you sound asleep. There were many factions under the umbrella of every group, every movement that I witnessed in the world. This, that, and the other thing, the divide and conquer. And rather than unifying, there is the usual clamor and competition mindset of who's more right and who's more awake and who's more whatever and who's more victimized and who's more a perpetrator and who's more a thug and who's more evil, blah, 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 blah. So I invite all to move beyond the trappings of the matrix of competitive divisiveness and all the other isms, okay? Fucking pick one and decide here and now to honor our true divine heritage and live from our hearts. The powers that want to be do not want us to remember the truth of who and what we are, nor do they want us to become fully aware of their global controls and manipulation that have been in play for millennia. Okay? I've said it again. Pick one ruling class over our history. It's the same shit show, just different technology. All right? Now, as we awaken, their game is going to be over, and the divine creative renaissance of all humanity is blossoming, and at this very moment, it's happening. As the heart-based new humanity awakens to the truth of our divine heritage and past enslavement, exiting the matrix and composing a different reality, the complete embodiment of our divine nature as infinite loving awareness and consciousness, having a human experience, divine love is alive and well within the fabric of human experience, aligned with divine law, spiritual law, natural law. Our individual and collective awakening is unmistakable. It is undeniable. It is inevitable and happening right now, believe it or not. Infinite loving awareness, divine love can only exist in the now, in the matrix, free of the mind control. All right, so I've been talking about what is it that is waltzing into the matrix? Is it our bodies? No, it is our attention. So the matrix is actually an overlay upon the true quantum field creation field universe. And the only difference is, do you own your attention? How do we serve love, truth, and beauty? When love, truth, and beauty are served in each and every moment, our perceived personalized wants and needs dissolve into nothingness. It is only in that moment that we compose that the urgency of our heart's ravishing, raucous passion fully expresses through our bodies and propels us throughout the true quantum field creation field universe to that lifeline where all that we intend is actually materialized, awaiting our arrival. There's no thought, no overthinking, just divine love, just the intention, intend. It is given. This willingness to be ourselves, to allow the dissolution, the dissolving of all the protective measures and strategies, soothes and unites the painful knots that have caused our hearts to close and separate from others. Because in the true quantum field creation field universe, the heart-based new humanities universe, there is no separation. As expression of the heart-based new humanity, we consciously engage the divine masculine's principle of taking inspired action to dissolve programmed lies and triggers from the past, all the egoic habits, the pains of old battle wounds from heartbreak, our own bits and pieces of self-judgment as being not good enough and being bad, and all that we consider unholy and unworthy of love. In this deep presence, my loves, and remembrance of who and what we are as infinite loving awareness and consciousness having a human experience, we dissolve the attachments to the false timeline and program realities imposed by the powers that want to be within the matrix. Because we wake ourselves up, we exit the matrix, owning our attention center. That is the awakening. We step into the new paradigm, the true quantum field creation field universe. Innately, we know there is no way out of physical existence as human expressions of love other than to go in deeper, especially when life gets a bit complicated. We are divine consciousness having a human experience, engaging our superpowers of divine possibility through our divine focus of our attention. The heart-based new humanity recognizes our physical bodies as vehicles through which we perceive realities and express our true natures as divine consciousness. All perception is subject to our attention, right? And we evolve into and emerge from the process as masters of the divine masculine and divine feminine energies. We adeptly wield these energies inherent in intimate divine knowledge, wisdom, and the ultimate mastery, my loves, of our emotional energetic blueprint, which includes the 7 layers of the auric field, the chakra system, the meridians, our beliefs, our thoughts, and we are masters of all that. We utilize spiritual practices and energy mastery tools to assist us in fortifying our spiritual immunity, maintaining energetic spiritual hygiene, and dissolving the ongoing bombardment of programmed lies and bullshit and mind control from the powers that want to be, rife with worldly distractions, technological dramas, and controls. We commit to keeping our physical bodies healthy and free from distortion or interference, engaging daily practices that keep our frequencies high and enable us to conduct a graceful and easeful flow of infinite awareness that includes relaxation, rest, and rejuvenation. We feed our bodies clean, nutrient-rich foods that support brain chemistry and regulate hormones in our bodies. We engage in daily and seasonal detoxification to enhance our immune system physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, etc., to help dissolve the stagnant energies of stress and physical, biochemical, emotional, electromagnetic activity inherent in worldly technological endeavors overrun by technology. We maintain a daily practice of inspired bodily movement, hiking in nature, sports activities, martial arts, swimming, qigong, tai chi, walking, yoga, dancing, and drinking plenty of clean, fluoride-free, fresh water. We are not meant to sit unnaturally immobile and barely breathing, practically comatose under artificial lighting in front of TVs, desks, and computers. As instruments of the divine, our bodies endeavor to express their gifts for one and all in all divine service. Through daily self-care, we enable more light and love to be conducted readily and efficiently throughout our bodies, permitting ourselves to balance doing with being and balance challenges, pain, and suffering with pleasure and enjoyment. Everything we say and do is infused with the presence and awareness of embodying divine love. As embodied consciousness, we engage in active learning and evolve our ecological intelligence to know about the hidden impacts of all products, goods, and services that we buy, consume, and engage. The heart-based new humanity accesses and expresses a full range of human emotion and experience without judgment or attaching to these experiences as their true selves. We transcend the status quo and experience the totality of life, fully aware of the existence and treachery of evil and the polarities inherent in the dual nature of our shared collective reality in and out of the matrix. We do this without getting entrenched in our experiences as good or bad, positive or negative, and stand steadfast, respectful of divine law, spiritual law, natural law, in doing no harm to others or the planet or nature or to ourselves. Yet, when faced with adversity, we are ready to defend and protect our sovereignty and do so with perhaps lethal deadly force. We courageously stand on our own as beacons of light and love, caring about how we feel, knowing that life is an emotional journey, even when surrounded by darkness and the cruelty of human unconsciousness. We endeavor to communicate from a place of purity, untainted by past emotional, mental baggage. The past and future do not exist, only now, and we compose in the now the upcoming reality, the upcoming future frames, which has now become the next moment and the next moment, the past and the future. Yes, it is on us. All of our sense perceptions engage without outside interference when tuning into reality. Sight, smell, sound, taste, touch, our sixth sense, our intuition, and our seventh sense, our innate generosity and care as expressed in our ability to gift, give, and receive. These are the dynamic, divine, masculine, and feminine principles, all in perfect time as life and the moment directs. Activation of our sixth and seventh senses, our intuition and our innate generosity and care, the ability to gift, give, receive, marks our quantum leap into higher consciousness and the vibration of a heart-based new humanity reality transcending time and space. The heart-based new humanity accepts that life directs all, even with the best intentions. Life can be messy and fucking upsetting. One moment life is happy and inspiring, and the next moment life is filled with despair and hopelessness and grief. Yet, with our hearts wide open, we welcome these clarifying, contrasting experiences, and we love anyway. Devoted to being love, being divine, infinite loving awareness and consciousness. Okay, my honey buddies, my love bugs, my beautiful divine in the flesh. That is my speech. So next time I am going to share some practices that I want to just bring forth into the limelight for the heart-based new humanity and embodiment, being more and more in alignment with the planet and the true quantum field universe. Please help me grow this channel by giving this video a thumbs up and leaving a comment in the comments box below or in private. I know this is rough. Please share this video with your communities, friends, family members, and on social media platforms with whom you feel would benefit from this content. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, selecting the all setting so that the YouTube will let you know when I upload videos. And if you find value, enjoy, or benefit from my content and videos, or at least entertained by them, won't you please consider supporting my work through a donation? My PayPal link is below, as is my link tree that hooks you up with all the many different ways that you can connect with me, engage my work, purchase my books, support my work. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, with your participation and your focused attention. I really do appreciate it. I cannot do this work without you. So until next time, my love bugs, always act from love, outside of the matrix, from your center screen, composing a new reality, quantum jumping all our lifelines. That's right. Let's do it so that we can all be the love that we are. We can share our love. We can create, make art, make music, make love, and you can help me repopulate the true quantum field, creation field universe of the heart-based new humanity. Here's to love, truth, and beauty, my beautiful waking gods and goddesses. Mwah!